Hello everyone and welcome back to today's video where I'm back with this gem of a game that I did not even know was coming out. Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. I had no idea that this game was even coming out up until maybe a week before it was released, due to a friend of mine showing me that there was a demo that you could play, which is basically the first hour of the game, a little bit under an hour, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less than an hour of the first bit intro of the game, which is basically the first 2 episodes of Star Trek Voyager, the TV show. Because Star Trek is one of my favorite franchises, Star Wars along with it, Stargate being up there as well. I just love sci-fi. Sci-fi is one of my favorite genres that I probably have ever come across, and Star Trek scratches that itch when it comes to sci-fi with, how it goes about telling stories. Some of the new stuff, I watch it, but I mainly watch it for the ship battles, because that's probably one of my favorite things about Star Trek. Other than the stories, my favorite TOS episode is Through the Mirror Darkly, the Terran Empire. I love the Terran universes. I love the Terrans. But without further ado, let's get started with today's video. We're going to be loading up a new game. Oh, that's new. I don't think this was here last time. Year of Hell. Resources are scarce. Combat is deadly. Survival. Adventure. Resources are plentiful. Combat is manageable. We're going to go with survival. Year of Hell, I don't want to do that because I don't want to fight the Crinum. Crinum? Is that who it was? I can't remember. I know it starts with the K. The ones that the guy was trying to bring his family back, and in the end he ended up losing everything. But you are the captain of the Federation starship USS Voyager. Manage your crew and ship, plot a course through a procedurally generated star system. Your unique ship build and decisions you make will reshape the story. So basically, you can build Voyager however you want. It's up to you. It's kind of like FTL in a way of how you can the way, I guess, the feel of it. It's like FTL mixed with I can't think of any other game really. There's a game that I had wanted to play that's very similar to this, where you basically it's like think of if you ever played Fallout Vault Manager on the phone or tablet. It's basically like that. You have a horizontal cross section of Voyager, and you can basically put whatever you want on each of the levels: holodecks, medical room, engineering, crew quarters, torpedo bays. I know in the beta there was the forward and aft torpedo room, as well as the forward, and I think there's an aft phaser array room that you could do. You can research technology. You can get crew from there's voices.
This Captain Janeway
now
breezes into my cozy penal colony like she owns the place.
Okay,
she's stern.
This wasn't here last time.
Smells like coffee
Cool,
and
Deep Space Nine.
And the kicker, she served with my old man on the Albatani. Turns out her security chief, Tuvok, was playing spy on a Maquis ship that vanished in the Badlands. Now Janeway needs that missing ship found, and because of my past associations, I'm apparently the resident expert on the Badlands. I find the missing Maquis. She puts in a good word for me at my next parole review. Simple. Still, the view is infinitely better than a holding cell. It's not every day you get a front row seat on a brand new Intrepid-class starship's maiden voyage. The USS Voyager. Might even get to touch the helm.
Well then, yeah, when I played the beta, there was no voice lines. You had to read. Well, I read everything because I was streaming it. Okay, so it's just that first part is a voice line. Okay, Captain Catherine Janeway. There's coffee in that nebula. Gentlemen, welcome to Voyager. Ensign Kim, you're fresh from academy, ready for your first deep space assignment. Ensign Kim, you're not going to get promoted. We're going to keep it like the TV show. Reporting for duty, Captain. It's an honor to be here. I hope I live up to your expectations. Ensign Kim, I trust you already met Tom Paris, our esteemed observer, a former Maquis pilot who will help us search the Badlands for the Maquis vessel. With all due respect, ma'am, observer is hardly a title befitting my talent. I am the best damn pilot in the sector. Call me the pilot extraordinaire, ensign. The Maquis, wow, I've heard a lot of stories about them. Relax. I was with the Maquis only for a few weeks before I was captured and sent to a lovely penal colony in New Zealand. Penal colony. Enough chatter, gentlemen. All hands, this is the captain. Report to your stations. Helm, take us to the Badlands. Maximum warp. There's the Badlands. Something I will say, playing this makes me want to really go back and play Star Trek Online, but I want to transfer my console account to the PC version because I have a lot of ships from when I was playing that I don't want to try and re-get because that was quite a bit. Scanners are picking up no other vessels in the system, Captain. It's your time to shine, Mr. Parrish. Any idea where your former colleagues might be hiding? I wasn't expecting Maquis of the Year, Captain, but they did prefer underground bases, remote planets, and... Captain, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm reading a coherent Tetrion beam scanning us and a displacement wave headed towards us. Incoming, a colossal wave of turbulent energy surges towards Voyager. It's powerful, dwarfing anything the crew has ever seen. With no time to analyze the threat, emergency measures are initiated. Red alert, helm, evasive maneuvers. Too late, the wave will intercept us in 5 seconds. Brace for impact. But yeah, I would like for there to be a way to transfer your character, even though I know it probably will never be. Aftermath. As the crew regains consciousness, they find their bridge in total devastation. Twisted metal, sparking consoles, and injured crewmates paint a grim picture. What just happened? Damage report. Major hull and deck damage. Transporters are offline, and we're receiving casualty reports. Bridge to sickbay. Doctor, I've got injured crew on the bridge. Doctor? Damn. Captain, we're losing systems across multiple decks. The deuterium tanks are empty. Warp core's gone to gray mode. We're on reserves barely. Mr. Barris, take helm and scan for the nearest source of deuterium. External sensors offline. Stellar cartography must be down. Voyager's blind, Captain. And here we go. This is the cross-section I was telling you about. Janeway Engineering. We need stellar cartography back online now. So basically... goes through. It does tell you what all needs to be done, but I'm going to go on and just close that for now. Close because I kind of have an idea of what you got to do with it. There you go. Switch it on. Captain, sensors are picking up something out there, but what Harry is trying to stammer is we're not in the Badlands anymore. We're in the Delta Quadrant. That. What is that thing? Where are we? If sensors are working, we've just jumped over 70,000 light years into the Delta Quadrant. The Delta Quadrant? How? Captain, life support systems are failing. This array will have to wait. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Find us deuterium source. Alright, so basically, there's a map. There's a system map, and then there's like a bigger overall map view where you can see the different star systems. And you can scan them as well. So we're going to go on and head and scan. Nothing to reveal. So you can click on it and then right click on it. There it goes. Let's grab the deuterium there. Now I'm pretty sure there are things closer in. Another thing is there are points of interest that you can find, like this scrap ships and stuff around. Also, another thing which I think we will see here in just a second. Set a course. Gotta hold it. Forgot about that. It's a lot of hold clicking to do stuff. Alrighty, deuterium cloud. Sensors detect a dense cloud of interstellar gas with an unusually high concentration of deuterium. So we can do risky maneuvers, we can do safe maneuvers. Basically, it's kind of like, do you want to take the chance and do something risky for a greater outcome, or do you want to keep it safe? I'm going to go with the risky. Go on ahead and open up our Bassard collectors. See if we can't get a full tank. I don't know which one is our deuterium. I think it's... Here it is, deuterium. So we can hold 1,000. We've just got half 1,000 right there. Okay, there's engineering. Okay, so, and then our warp core, I think as we level it up, we can get more output, but I do believe it requires more. So depending on the reactor level, you produce more energy, but more deuterium is required. Yeah, so increasing power output by selecting main engineering and switching the warp core to tier 1. Alright, let's continue. I didn't even read what Ensign Kim said. Good, now what about this thing, this array? I cannot tell, Captain, but our sensors detect a Maquis vessel next to it. Let's scan for life signs. Scan the ship for life signs, Ensign. There's no one on board, Captain. Let's scan the sensor array. Or let's scan the array. What about the array? It seems our sensors can't penetrate it. We'll just have to see for ourselves. I want the transporter room repaired and ready. Mr. Paris, get us to that duranium deposit. We need it to repair the transporter room. And then this is where it goes about with our resources. So basic resources, deuterium, duranium, and tritanium. And then crew. Because depending on how many crew we have will depend on how many systems that we can operate. Let's go ahead and scan the system completely. Got more deuterium. More deuterium. Nothing reveal. More deuterium. Scan the outer planets. Deuterium, deuterium. Class E planet. There's duranium. Deuterium. More duranium. Scan up here. Class J. And Class O. Duranium. Let's go to the closest duranium. Right here. And then it goes through cycles. So each move is so many cycles that we get before we run out of deuterium as well as out of energy cores. And we get energy from our deuterium. So if we run out of deuterium, we run out of power. And we're up a creek without a paddle. Captain, we found an abandoned ship adrift in space. It's powered down, but structurally sound with sealed storage compartments. Let's leave the storage alone and focus on salvaging from other parts of the ship. Of course, we can destroy the ship once we get our torpedo launch bay repaired, and it'll give us a lot more deuterium. Or duranium, I mean. Alright, we have all the duranium we need. Now we can fix engineering, or transporter rooms. Damaged rooms are not operational. Select room to bring up the room controls. And then if you have the resources and work teams needed, you can initiate repairs. So repairs do cost crew members. So there's only so many repair crews that we have at the moment, but we can upgrade the ship to give us more. Right, transporters are back online. Mr. Paris, set a course for the array. It's time we got some answers. Now, how much duranium can we hold? I'm going to go ahead and set a course here. I'm going to use 2 ticks. Let's use a tractor beam to collect as much as we can. Get some more duranium, or deuterium. And that should put us back near 1,000. That should put us at like 600, I think. Or 800, actually. Alright, let's go to the array. But yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Star Trek Voyager. Of course, the Comet channel does show reruns. No, not Comet channel. Heroes and Icons channel. Here in Houston, it's channel 2.3. And so they do the original series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Star Trek Enterprise with Scott Bakula. Whenever I say Enterprise, I always say Enterprise with Scott Bakula because I don't know why. Ensign Kim, Mr. Paris, get ready for your first away mission. Now, like I said, I am going to try to keep it to almost to how they came back to from the Delta Quadrant. Of course, we do get some of the missions that, or some of the, I guess the things that they encountered that would have given them a boost, I'm definitely going to take it, because that is one thing that, because my mom and I, we look at Voyager and we're always talking about how they could have did a different way. So if I come across the missions that are those missions that me and my mom talked about, I'm definitely going to see if we can't figure out a way to utilize it. Hopefully not to the detriment of the crew, because we will lose crew members. We can lose the main cast. We can lose Tuvok, Neelix, Mr. Paris, Mr. Kim, Seven, B'Elanna, Mr. Chakotay. So you got to be careful about that. Let's go on ahead and go here. So basically, on an away mission, we have a chance to roll. Depending on what the challenges of the away mission are, we can select the crew. So right now, the challenges of this away mission are science. I think that's security, medical, more science, security, science, engineering, security and engineering. I think that's security or something. I don't know. What is this? I don't remember what it said. I probably should have read it, but I remember from during the whatchamacallit. But Captain, we seem to have materialized in the middle of a cornfield. This place, it's eerily similar to Earth, but something's off. Any suggestions on what to do next? I am going to look for footprints, because we have 25. That one's the easiest. Or we could go for this. Let's scan. Let's see what we can do with scanning. And it was a success. Harry and Tom used their tricorder to scan for life signs and detect a strange energy spike emanating from a nearby area. Following the readings, they navigate through the cornfield and find a farm with people working in the fields. An old man sits on the porch of a nearby farmhouse strumming a banjo. So this is the... oh, okay. Does it tell me now? Let's see. No, it doesn't. Away missions doesn't tell me here. No, it doesn't. Okay. Go ahead and hit close. Captain, this old man seems harmless enough. He might know what's going on here. How should we approach him? So, not only that, we do get rewards based on if we get a decent roll, I think. Let's see. Let's try to read his body language for clues, because that will give us... That is the closest... the least amount of... Oh, we got a failure. Okay. Harry and Tom observe the old man, but his body language is surprisingly neutral. He seems likely a genuine, kind, and harmless old farmer. The old man seems perplexed by their presence, muttering about how things are not supposed to happen this way. He invites them to stay on the farm and wait, offering them some fresh corn cob. Let's see. You can select more than one hero for a challenge, so we can pair up team members, or away team members, to get a much better outcome. The old man isn't much help. We'll try to find the Maquis ourselves. There's a large barn behind the farm. The tricorder readings are off the charts. There's definitely something strange about it, especially that back wall. So we can get a nice roll. So we can get deuterium, we can get duranium, we can get science from it. I think it's this module is what's used to upgrade like the bigger things on the ship. I know for sure the holodeck needs those. I forgot what that resource was. Harry and Tom try to disrupt the energy field, causing a flicker in the air. But before they could break the illusion, the people from the field burst in, wielding farm tools as a weapon. The old man appears and reveals the barn is an illusion, the back wall dissolving to show a bluish glowing room where unconscious people, including a tattooed man and a half Klingon woman, lie on surgical tables. That will be Chakotay and B'Elanna. And we got some deuterium from it. So as you see, sometimes major decisions that influence how the story proceeds. These decisions are marked with a golden outline. So we can get pretty decent rewards from it. Like this. 18. Let's wake up. Ooh, I can't remember who they woke up, or who they woke up first. Also, there's a car speeding down the street. I hope that didn't get caught. Let's wake up. Ooh, do I want to try? It's not a full. We'll risk it. I can't remember who they woke up first. Yeah, let's try to wake up Chakotay. Oh, it was a success. Whoa, okay, English, come on. It was a success. Tom rushes towards the tattooed man, hoping to shake him awake. As he reaches out, the old man stops him. A look of concern on his face before Tom reacts. A blinding white light fills the room and everything goes blank. I got 20 deutanium from that. Not too bad. Successful challenges, plus completing away missions successfully, will give our crew experience to, I think, get better roles, so to say, in the future when they're on away missions. Let's go ahead and hit continue. A sudden return. Captain Janeway anxiously awaits the return of her away team when Tom Paris unexpectedly materializes behind her. What happened on the array? Captain, what happened over there, Mr. Paris? We lost contact with you for several hours. What? We were only there for an hour. Right, Harry? Harry? He was just behind me. Then he's still on the array, but why were you released and not the Maquis hailing us? Captain, putting them on screen. I am Commander Chakotay of the Maquis. My chief engineer, B'Elanna Torres, is missing. Is she with you? No, Commander. One of our own is also missing. It seems we share a problem, and it would make sense if we solved it together. 3 of us will beam over to your ship. Face to face. Despite Janeway's invitation, the arrival of Chakotay and his Maquis crew on the bridge is fraught with tension. Both sides remain wary as they prepare to discuss their shared predicament. And there we have Mr. Tuvok. Captain, this is Tuvok, oh, I know who he is. I'm glad to have you back, Tuvok. As am I, Captain. Commander Chakotay, I must inform you that I was assigned to infiltrate your crew. Were you going to deliver us into Starfleet's waiting hands, Vulcan? Correct. However, I assure you, I perform my duties aboard your ship to the highest standards. Charming, and I see you have Paris with you too. Are you forming a Maquis Traders Club, Captain? You win some, you lose some, Commander. Let's focus on bringing Torres and Kim back from the array. We can get back inside. We can't get back inside. They've sealed the entrance and are blocking incoming hails. Lieutenant Tuvok, get down to engineering and find a way to bypass whatever's jamming our communicators. Report back as soon as you have a solution. And here we are. So, Captain, the ship's status remains critical. Repair protocols are imperative. We require resources and engineering office to mobilize additional workforces. Prioritize life support, secure core decks, and restore Deck 5's functionality first to gain access to the engineering office. So basically, in order to bring more decks online, we do have to switch on the life support generators on each deck. And if I remember correctly, they are quite expensive to manage. Because, yeah, now we can go on ahead, and this is where we're going to be needing to, I think, get crew quarters. And of course, it's a mess. Sigh. We'll have to fix it before we can even use it. Let's go ahead and look at engineering. So it'll cost 1 repair crew. It'll take 2 cycles to do, and it'll take 8 duranium. Alright, progress is in preparation. Until completion, it would be logical to scan all planets in the system and gather more deuterium and duranium. So, let's see, what is this resource? This resource is tritanium. So that's going to be used for the higher tiered stuff, as well as our tech tree, as well as food, rations. I think we're on combat rations right now, but we can make the hydroponics from Voyager's episodes where they're always getting food from the hydroponics. Let's go ahead 4 cycles out to this class O planet, get some more duranium. Engineering's back online. It's ready to be brought back online. And we can assign a work team. But first, we need to focus on Deck 2 and the mess hall to ensure the crew's food supply, maintaining their physical endurance. This requires reactivating life support in that section first. So yeah, so now we have the morale bar. The higher the morale, the better the crew works, basically. And the better outcomes, I believe, we have. Let's go ahead and switch on the power for this as well. Life support restored on Deck 2, Captain. Access to the mess hall is now possible. which is damaged. It has sustained extensive damage. Emergency stations are currently deployed. After repair, the crew can access replicator rations again. That's what it is, replicator rations, although it's combat rations. And it'll take 3 cycles to repair. Until completion, we should address crew accommodations. The ruined rooms must be cleared to create room for residential sections. So, basically, we need to click the room, clear the debris. Wait for our team to finish that. Let's go ahead and prepare parts of the mining station to mine some resources. Since we do have engineering level 1, it was a success. I think we are on full capacity now. Yeah, we're at full capacity. So when you're on full capacity of a certain resource, it will make you lose a little bit. It'll make you lose the difference of what you have already. Let's focus on the ship, though. What was it? It was press 1. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so that's the shield generator. That's not what I want to look at. Where was I at? Oh, here it is. 2 cycles. Let's go ahead and clear. We can't do 2, so that's unfortunate. I am going to go ahead and repair the sick bay. But I don't have any crew teams, so we're going to need to wait. Let's go to engineering real quick. Can I add a work team? No, I don't think I can add a work team just yet until I think I need to upgrade. Yeah, I need to upgrade it. So that would require titanium and bioneural gel packs. I have the bioneural gel packs. I just don't have the titanium, which is unfortunate. So, no sick bay just yet. No shield generator just yet. No science laboratory just yet. As well as torpedo bays, not yet. We also have a workshop. This is where our I think this is where we can assign a hero. So like Tuvok, Chakotay, B'Elanna, Ensign Kim, Mr. Paris, the Doctor, I think Kess, Neelix, depending on, well, I know for Neelix he does mess hall. What is it? This, morale. He's good at morale, so having him in the mess hall, as in the TV show, is the best place for him. Of course, we can use him for other things. Mr. Tuvok, he's good at the engineering, or not the engineering, where's it at? The workshop, because I think he gives a bonus to what you get when you're repairing, or when you're researching. You get a bonus, I think is what it was. But let's go ahead. We have 748 deuterium. Let's just, let's move here. That should complete this, okay. Mess hall is finished. Mess hall repairs are completed, Captain. We should switch to replicator rations now. It would enhance crew's well-being. So, with that, we can go from emergency rations to premium replicator rations. But I do believe eventually they will run low, because I can't remember what exactly they use. But once we get our hydroponics bay, wherever that will be located, we'll get a little bit better crew morale. So while we're over here, let's go ahead and repair our shield generator, because that is very important, because I do know what does happen in the first little bit here. Let's go ahead and enter the ship. Let's go ahead and remove the bay. Okay, ruined room removal complete. Maybe we can finally rebuild some crew quarters. My back is killing me from sleeping in the corridor. It'll do wonders for morale, that's for sure. So yeah, so crew quarters also does help with morale. Now, there are other crew quarters that you can get, but they don't have as much space, I don't believe. So this can accommodate 12 crew members. This one can accommodate 10. Ship sick bay, the holodeck, observation lounge, a social hub for the crew. The observation lounge features a full bar, comfortable seating, and a breathtaking panoramic view of the cosmos. Morale +6. Oh, that's interesting, but I don't have any titanium. So, the basic crew quarters does take up 2 slots. So you can see there, which I didn't really show off. So there's 2 slots. So this is 2 here. This is 1, 2, 3. So depending on the size of the place that, or the room that you're placing down, will depend on what you can place and how much space you can work with. But we're getting a communication from Tuvok. Well, from the Caretaker. Captain, the array's jamming signal has been neutralized. We should be able to establish communications. Let's hope they respond. Held the array. Who's this? Why are you bothering me? Oh, it's you. Why are you back? You don't have what I need. I remember that voice, Captain, the old guy with the banjo. Thought he seemed a lot less jellyfish back on the array. I'm Captain Janeway. I'm thinking of something. I'm thinking of using her full name. I'm Captain Janeway of the Federation starship Voyager. We mean you no harm. We just want our people back. Your people are no longer here. They might have what I need. You'll just have to leave them. So, what we're going to do is... let's scan the array. I won't rely on words of a stranger. Scan the array for life signs of Harry and Torres. No signs of them, Captain, and no humanoid life forms detected at all. Who or what we're talking to right now. Right, that didn't work. Let's appeal to his humanity then. We are entrusted with their safety. Their families and friends rely on us to bring them home. They are our responsibility. I understand, but I had no choice. There just isn't enough time. Time for what? I must honor a debt that can never be repaid. Find something that cannot be found. Let's offer our help. What are you looking for? Maybe we can help you. I've searched the galaxy with methods beyond your comprehension. There is nothing you can do. No. You're stealing my time, don't you understand? I don't have time. Not enough time. We've been cut off, Captain. Damn it. We haven't gone any closer to Harry or Torres. You managed to get him to open up a bit. Maybe Starfleet diplomacy isn't so bad after all. Captain, if I may, I have observed that the array has been sending energy pulses towards the 5th planet of a neighboring system ever since our arrival. Given the lack of information regarding our missing crew's location, investigating this planet appears to be the most logical next step. It's the only lead we have. Thoughts, Commander? It seems our paths are intertwined, Captain. Let us use this opportunity to find our people and bring them back. Agreed, Mr. Paris. Take the helm again. Let's find our people. Set a course for the 5th planet in the neighboring system. Maximum warp. So now we have this sector map, where you can jump between stars. Let's go here real quick. Let our life support generator finish. Or a shield generator finish. Let's go ahead and enter the ship. It's back online. And it is powered up. I am going to... how many crew do we have that are quarterless? 50. So that's quite a bit. Let's go ahead and clear another room. It's going to take 6 cycles. And that's going to be built in 5 cycles. I probably should have went with the... not the science lab. Not the aero shuttle bay. What is this? This is the shuttle bay. Where is forward phaser control? Here it is. I should have went with forward phaser control. That's fine. Let's go to the system. Let's get a full tank of deuterium. Didn't lose 64. We're only going to get 481. It's fine. We're at maximum deuterium. So we need to go to system 9552.1. Alright, engineering quarters are finished. Okay, I think they're powered on. Yeah, they're powered on. Okay. Alright, the ruined room is finished. Let's see, let's go ahead and put down crew quarters. So as you can see, it will take up just 2. I want to repair the forward phaser array. Or the phaser array in general. I don't think there's a forward or an aft phaser array. I think I can put an aft phaser array, but I'm not too sure. No available work crews. Okay. And even though we do have life support for this level, we will need to repair the life support on the other 2 decks in order to get access to the holodeck. So that is one sad thing. As well as if we want to get access to a battery compartment, we will need to repair that so we can have battery power to allow us to get to places in case if we run out of power. All right, phaser control is back online. And it is powered up. We have weapons. Well, we have phasers. We don't have torpedoes just yet. But we are in system. All right, let's do a scan of what we got here. Titanium, dilithium. Or deuterium, not dilithium. Duranium. Spatial anomaly that has science. So we could get that. Give us a little bit of something. Not too sure what exactly. 3 cycles away, that should give us enough time to repair our emergency quarters. Now it's only 26 people that don't have a room. So let's clear this. So we can't get some people their rooms fully. Alright, scan the anomaly for from a safe distance. If we had a science laboratory level 1, we could do a conduct detail analysis, but we're going to do the safe option for right now. Also, I am zoomed out for some reason. Let's go to the system. There it goes. So we just got ourselves some science right here, science points. This will be useful with producing something. Tech. It's used in tech. So this is used in tech along with our titanium, which we don't have any of yet. Let us go to our main mission, Ocampa. Captain, we've reached our destination. Orders? Let's go on ahead and hit continue. Beautiful ship, the Intrepid. Very small ship compared to Enterprise. Although I think the Defiant is actually a little bit smaller than the Intrepid, if I'm not mistaken. There we are, Captain. And might I say, what a ride. Voyager handles like a dream. Responsive, agile. Don't get too carried away, Mr. Paris. Let's see what we have here. A new lead. Following the array's energy pulse, Voyager discovered a desert planet with a harsh, unforgiving landscape. And are Harry, Kim, and B'Elanna perhaps being held in this place? What's so special about this ugly old space rock? Let's do a general scan of the planet. Let's see what we can learn about this planet. It has all the basic characteristics of an M-class planet, but no oceans, no rivers, nothing. However, there are settlements. Why would anyone want to live there? All right, let's leave it at that. Strange but intriguing. Let's check for any energy pulses. I was about to say energy impulses. Anything noteworthy about the energy pulse? They're constantly targeting a single location, a barren piece of the desert. I recommend an away team investigate the area. There's something else. The intervals between each pulse has decreased by 0.47 seconds since we left the array. They're getting faster. The entity said he's running out of time, right? Whatever that means, we'd better hurry. Prepare an away team. We'll examine this world's first hand. And that is our lovely Mr. Neelix. Captain, a small ship is approaching. They're hailing us. On screen. A peculiar alien with a mischievous grin greets Voyager from its chaotic vessel. Neither Starfleet nor the Maquis have ever seen such a species before. Perhaps an inhabitant of the Delta Quadrant. Greetings. Looking for something on this dusty old rock. Would we find anything, mister? Neelix. Never seen a ship like yours. Let me guess. You were whisked away by somewhere else in the galaxy and brought here against your will. Sounds as though you've heard this story before. Thousands of times. Well, hundreds of times. Maybe 50 times. But the Caretaker has been bringing ships here for months now. The Caretaker? That's what the Ocampa call him. He probably snatched some of your crew too, right? They're likely down on the planet with the Ocampa. But Captain, it's a tricky place. Dangerous. You could use a guide. But, of course, a guide needs a little, Compensation sounds fair. Wonderful. To be honest, I had it rough recently. These pesky voles have been nibbling away at my supplies. Some food and water would be most welcome. If you help us find our missing crew, you can have all the food and water you want. It's a deal. Alrighty, now saving. And I think we just recruited Neelix. So, with that being said, let's go on ahead and look inside the ship. Mess hall, that is right there. One more cycle. I think I can skip a cycle. Yeah. Hold down X. And let's get our last bit of crew quarters online. Of course, being next to the phasor array. If the phasor array blows up, everyone in this crew quarters is going to get knocked out. Okay, that's 12, so I need one more and then I would have a positive morale, but so far, this isn't too bad. It's only minus 12 right now. Let's see. Let's go back to the sector. Or, system. I have forgotten exactly what it needs to be. Oh, rebuild Voyager and explore the system or skip cycles until Neelix is ready to talk. Okay, so let's go and get ourselves some duranium. We're gonna go get some build. Oh, you have 40 cycles to accomplish this task. Build enough corners to accommodate all of the crew. All right. Not too bad. 26 duranium. Let's go get some deuterium. But yeah, this game is very fun. It's not too much, as I'll say. Because I like I said, I love Star Trek. Star Trek, especially Star Trek Voyager, because you know it's that unknown aspect that you get with Star Trek, especially being in a whole new quadrant. Of course, I wish they did do more. Of course, when Voyager came out, I was still, I don't even think I was, when did Voyager come out? Like 90s or something? So I don't even, I've only know of watching reruns of Voyager. Well, of all four of the original, four of the original stuff, things. TOS, or Next Generation, DS9. DS9, I kind of, it took me a while to get into it, but when I was about to say the Vaudoir. That's Voyager. When the Dominion came in, that was when I really started watching, because I love the ship battles. That first and second fight when they were trying to get, and then the Klingons came in to help. Anyways, what a delicious meal, a culinary masterpiece. I've never encountered such a tangy but comforting, smooth yet vibrant concoction. What was it called again? Tomato soup. Tomato soup. I'm something of a culinary wizard myself, you know. My Alfarian hair pasta bowl is widely known for its bold, mouth-watering taste. Mr. Neelix, I am pleased you enjoy yourself, but we need your assistance now. Ah, yes, your missing crew, right. Scan the southern continent and look for a range of dead volcanoes. At their foot, you'll find a Kazon Ugla encampment. Kazon Ugla? One Kazon sect of many. They control this part of the quadrant. They're a bit difficult, but with the right approach, they can even be reasoned with. I thought you said the Okampa had our people. Well, the Okampa do have your people. It's just finding them is a bit tricky. My old pal, Maj Jabin, the Ugla leader, might know where to look. He's a nice guy, a bit gruff, but he owes me a favor. Let's ask a little bit more about this Kazon Ugla. Water is a precious commodity around these parts. The Ugla, they mostly get theirs through trade, so a little liquid diplomacy would go a long way. Let's prepare our away team. Very well. Prepare an away team, and you'll accompany them, Mr. Neelix. Let's go back to Okampa. Set course. Emergency crew quarters are online. Alrighty. I don't know if I need another crew quarters. I think I do need another crew quarters. So let's get ready to prepare to send an away team. Mr. Neelix. So these are all the challenges that we will face. So we're going to bring Chakotay. We do need a little bit of extra science. So let's bring Mr. Tuvok. Alright, let's start our away mission. The away team materializes in a small valley between the dead volcanoes. The sun burns down on them mercilessly. The air is hot and dry, and a sandy wind whips into their eyes. Captain, our tricorders? What did I just say? Tricorders are malfunctioning, probably because of the energy impulses. How do we get our bearings in this dust bowl? So let's go on ahead and do the survivalist, because we have Mr. Chakotay. Success! Using his survival skills and position of the sun, Chakotay determines the cardinal directions. He navigates the team through the rocky valley, eventually reaching a rocky ledge, gaining a better view of the surrounding area. In the distance, they spot the Kazon Ugla settlement. However, the wind is picking up and a massive sandstorm is approaching from the south. Captain, a sandstorm is heading our way. We need to find cover fast. Analyze the area and evaluate the best cover from the storm, which fortunately is only a level 18. Build a temporary shelter for what we can find. Let's try it because it is closer to the 20 than the 18. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get a good one. Failure. The away team is desperately trying to build a shelter, but strong wind is giving them a hard time as the storm intensifies. The makeshift cover collapses, leaving them exposed to the full force of the sandstorm. After what seems like an eternity, the storm subsides. The away team emerges bruised and battered and sets off in the direction of the Kazon Ugla settlement. So, Mr. Neelix got a little bit hurt there. Captain, we reached the settlement. How should we approach the people here? Let's see. Approach in a typical Starfleet manner. Success! The away team approaches with open hands and beautiful expressions, hoping to convey their good intentions. The Kazon Ugla women and children seem scared but curious, watching from a distance. The men approach cautiously, weapons at the ready. A tall Kazon emerges from the settlement. Jabin, their leader. At the sight of Neelix, his face darkens. In the background, a badly bruised young woman who looks nothing like Kazon, but more like a human with pointy ears, peers around the corner. Did get 200 health, so I think the away team will get a little bit of healing from that. I'm not too sure, can't remember. Oh no, it's for this. I don't remember what this is. I'll have to look at it when we get back to the ship view, or the system view. Seems like the Kazon don't find Neelix as charming as he led us to believe. How should we appease them, Captain? Assure them of you mean no bad intentions. Demonstrate strength to keep the Kazon at bay or offer water in exchange for information about the Okampa. Let's see. We can do this because we do have more than enough. And a success. The display of potential force seems to impress Jabin, who explains that the Okampa live underground, their access controlled by the Caretaker, who also provides their only source of water. As proof, Jabin points to the bruised woman he's holding as a slave, an Okampa. He explains that she is one of the few who have managed to reach the surface. Suddenly, Neelix grabs a phaser. He points it at Jabin and demands the Okampan woman be freed. So here we go with the risk. Sometimes certain approaches in away missions bear additional risk. Danger approaches are marked by danger level indicators. Failing such challenge can result in injuries or even fatalities. So, we have the potential to lose somebody. Let's hopefully not. 3, 4, no. 38. Tactical retreat. Let's do a tactical retreat. It's more successful. Alright, their tactical training, the away team identifies a safety exit the safest escape route and quickly retreats. The Kazon erupt in mocking laughter, seeing the away team flight as a sign of weakness. Despite the taunts, the away team manages to escape with no casualties. Alright, success. Mission complete. Safely back on Voyager, Neelix surprises the rest of the away team as he and the rescue woman kiss passionately. How deep does the relationship between the two go? My dearest Kess, didn't I promise I'd save you? I knew you'd come for me, my love. You lied and endangered my crew. This is not how trust is built, Mr. Neelix. He was desperate, Captain, but I understand. I want to repay you and your crew for saving me. As Jabin said, the access to the underground city is controlled by the Caretaker. There is a tunnel, but the Caretaker sealed it with a security barrier. We may be able to transport through the barrier if it has the slightest breach. A transport signal amplifier would be necessary. Excellent idea. Cass, can you give us help once we've located the breach? Of course. This is the least I can do. I am grateful now. So, let's go on ahead and ask additional questions. Cass, if it's too dangerous on the surface, why do you leave your home? Because she wants to see the stars. I feel a strong pull to explore the world beyond the city. I yearn for freedom to discover new things and learn about myself. Seeing my people so dependent on the Caretaker, unable to even think for themselves, it was unbearable. We once possessed telepathic abilities, but these atrophied over many generations. Let's go with Ask Kess what she knows. Can you tell us what about the Caretaker? For generations, he has provided the Ocampa with food, water, energy, and protection from the outside world. Any idea why he does it or where he came from? No. We do have stories and legends about him, but they're just stories and legends. One more question. How Kess and Neelix met? Mr. Neelix, Kess, I'm curious, how did you two meet? I met Kess while I was training with the K's on Ugla. They enslaved her, but she was kind even to someone like me. I had to get her out. He visited, brought me gifts, made me laugh. He was the only good thing in that terrible place. We fell in love. I admit I used you, Captain. I apologize, but I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Alright, we have things to do. Alright, someone get started on that transporter signal amplifier, and Kess will go to sickbay and have you examined. Which sickbay does need to be repaired. It'll take 3 cycles. Not too bad. Also, I've just realized I probably should have put the living quarters over here. We do have 33 cycles. I'm probably gonna destroy this living quarters. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. Let's go ahead and skip a cycle. Skip 2 cycles. 1 more cycle. Sickbay is online. Alrighty, injured and sick crew will be placed in the sickbay automatically. After treatment, they will go back to work. Computer initiate emergency and medical holographic program. Introducing the Doctor. Doctor's one of my favorite characters on Voyager. With no other options available, Captain Janeway activates the Voyager's EMH, Emergency Medical Hologram. A shimmering figure materializes in the sickbay, ready to provide critical care. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Doctor, our chief medical officer is dead. You have to take care of sickbay for now, and its patients. Kess, there's no need for concern. I am capable of treating any injury or disease, a broken Luna, a few minor bruises and grazes. Nothing I can't handle. You're in the most capable hands, young lady. Thank you, Doctor. That's very kind of you. I expect you to do your best, Doctor. Do my best. Captain, I am programmed for optimal medical care. What else would I do? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a patient to attend to and a sick bay to reorganize. Alright, there's a science lab there. Let's go and see. Okay, building up record. We have 30 cycles. With that finished, I'm gonna fix this as well. That's 6 cycles. So let's go over here. Get some more Interstar Cloud. Let's get a little bit more gas for the engine. You have 30 cycles to complete this task, so now we can do a cargo bay, which will allow us to gather even more materials, which is going to be very useful, especially in the future. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Let's build our crew quarters. And I'm going to build the crew quarters right here. And then I'm going to delete this crew quarters if I can. I can't remember. Okay, yeah, dismantle. So yeah, I'll dismantle this crew quarters, and then I'll build the 2 right here, and then I'll build the engineering or the cargo bays, because the cargo bays require 3 spaces. So that's 1, 2, and then that's 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then there'll be a space in between phaser control room, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and do engineering. See what it gives us. 3 crew got injured. That's unfortunate. Only got 16 from it. Let's go back inside the ship. 2 cycles. Let's cycle through 2 cycles. Crew quarters. Right there. That'll complete the mission to get crew. Then I'll just need to do the mission for, what is it? Maintenance? Cargo bay, yeah. So the cargo bay, which requires 3. Of course, we can build a bigger cargo bay in the future, as well as batteries. Technology, what do we got? Science lab, hydroponics. There's a hydroponics. They'll give us food. Biolab, waste, what is it? Waste, dismember, combat. We can add metaphysics shields, phaser, another phaser control room, shield generator, disruptor array controls, energy dissipator control room, cloaking device. I don't remember Voyager ever having a cloaking device. I know they had the metaphysics shielding, and I know they had the combat armor and the quantum torpedoes and the biophasic torpedoes, I think. I can't remember for sure. And then we can also get Borg upgrades, but that won't come along until we get 709, so not too sure how far along that'll be. Let's go with 6 cycles just to complete this. Okay. Which means I can go over here, dismantle, 2 cycles. 1, 2, 3. Ruin room. Alrighty. So yeah, so 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And then I don't know what can go in a single space. Not too sure. We do have science labs that we can bring online. And I do believe that's everything, because the life support needs the tritanium, which is what we're going to get after we fight the Kazon. So spoilers. After we fight the Kazon, we're going to be able to get access to that. We could upgrade or repair the torpedo bay as well. Torpedoes would be nice, especially since I do know what we're going to be fighting eventually. Let's go on ahead and cycle. Science Labs back online. We can start researching things. What can we research? I want to research engineering. Engineering office workshop. Where's the warp core efficiency? That's what I need. So that will require 5 of that crystal, which is dilithium. It'll also require our research, and will also require 16 cycles. Let's begin the research. That way we can get more power out of our engineering bay, or out of engineering in general. Let's go here, get some more of this, even though we are pretty much at the max. Only 26. Let's go here, get this. And then research transporter signal amplifier and the science laboratory. Understood. Throw the ship into there. Minus 20 to the whole health. That is unfortunate. We didn't even get a full we didn't even get a full thing. Okay. Let's go back inside the ship, do a little bit more of ship maintenancing looking thingies. Now transporter amplification signal. Go ahead and do that. 3 turns remaining. And then we do need to do cargo bays. 1 there. 1 there. It only wants 1, But I'm going to do a cargo bay for deuterium and a cargo bay for duranium to increase it. Because I think it goes up to 2,000 capacity, and I think this goes up to 200 capacity, if I remember correctly, which I could be wrong. Also, we are running low on deuterium. We also are almost running low on power because we do need to upgrade engineering. Where's engineering? Not engineering. Where's main engineering? No, navigation deflector. Main engineering. There it is. To get to tier 2, unlock by upgrading engineering, which requires what's upgrade? 20 dilithium, 30 titanium, 70 whatchamajiggies, duranium. So we're not going to be doing that anytime soon. I keep hitting escape. Alrighty, let's go to sector view. We basically are just waiting to research that. Let's head here. Transporter signal amplification. Captain, the blueprints for the signal amplifiers are complete. However, to start production, we need to repair the workshop, which I forgot completely about. Ooh, I might run out of power. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's go to sector map. Cargo bay is done. Okay. But we need the stellar cartography table. Talaxian Baxel Freighter. Yeah, the sector is blocked for us for right now. 2, 3. Workshop is finished. Ooh, yeah, we're out of power. I did too much. I did too much research. Let's see. Let's take this offline. And our shield generator, switch it off as well. It's not gonna really give us that much because we're gonna need. I made a mess. I made a mess. I made a whoopsies. So yes, plus 500, and this is only plus 50. Okay. I don't know what's gonna happen when we run out of power. Without it, the warp core shut down. Only emergency. While traveling in agreement, you won't use any deuterium, but most rooms will deactivate. Okay. Ooh, yeah, the crew's unhappy. Yeah, I would be unhappy too if the ship was offline. So we're gonna go to out of order. Your mess hall is now giving out emergency rations. Okay. Signal amplifiers have been complete. We must make haste back to Ocampa. Now you tell me, after I've already made a beeline to the next system over that we just came from. Which, it's a good thing I didn't take all the resources from out of here. Let's get our deuterium. Alrighty. We now research level 2 items. Crew, science, combat. Nothing Borg related yet. Engineering. Let's go with, hyperspanners. Negotiation tactics. A hyperspanner reduces shuttle construction time. Okay, increases shuttle slots. Cargo bay increases storage capacity for all resources. That's kind of useful. 16 cycles. Interphasic coil spanner reduces initial building upgrade and repair times. That's actually pretty useful. Workshop level 2 unlocks the ability to craft photon torpedoes. That's pretty good. Small battery stores surplus energy from the warp core. Can typically provide up to 120 stored energy before the gray mode gets activated. Let's do that. Let's give ourselves some batteries so we don't have to worry about that happening again. So let's go back. Let's go back to level 2. No, level 3. 7 cycles away. Fairly fast travel time that time. And this should give us... There you go. Captain, we've reached our destination. Orders. Let's send an away team. Alright, Kess, we're going to let you go down. We're going to let Mr. Tuvok go down. We need somebody with engineering expertise. Which... Can I put Ensign Kim on there? I don't think I can. Ooh, I don't think I can bring Ensign Kim with me. Alright. Mr. Paris, you're gonna have to do. Upon materializing near the tunnel entrance, a group of Kazon is already there, tinkering with the security barrier in frustration. As soon as they notice the away team, they draw their weapons. The cowards have returned, some of them shout. Captain, the Kazon look even more aggressive this time. What are our orders? Let's take cover, prepare for a coordinated attack, because that is the most that we can have access to. The away team takes cover using the rocky terrain to their advantage. They launch a coordinated attack, surprising the Kazon with their disciplined tactics and well-aimed phaser rifles, or phaser fire. The Kazon, overwhelmed by the unexpected resistance, are forced to retreat. The team then proceeds to the tunnel entrance. Captain, we've reached the tunnel entrance using the transporter signal amplifier now to find a possible breach in the security barrier. Let's go on ahead and use the amplifier to locate the breach in the barrier. I don't know what the difference between the two. I think one is engineering, one is science. Let's go with the sciencey one, because it will give us a much better outcome, hopefully. Yep. The away team deploys a transporter signal amplifier, carefully scanning the barrier for their vulnerabilities. After a tense few minutes, they locate a small breach in the energy field. They successfully transport themselves through the opening and into the tunnel. Beyond the barrier, the tunnel opens into a breathtaking sight. Embedded into a large cavern is a futuristic environment with smooth white walls glowing in warm white light and sprinkled with patches of green. This is the Ocampa City. Captain, we're inside the Ocampa City, but it's a maze of streets and chambers. How should we proceed to find Harry and B'Elanna? Let's see if we can't, even though it's not that much, let's see if Kess can help with this, since it is her city. Oh, failure. Kess approaches a group of Ocampa, yet they refuse to help, not wanting to interfere with Caretaker's plans. The away team is forced to rely on other methods to find the crewmates. Eventually locating a medical facility, they find Harry and B'Elanna awoke but disoriented. Surrounded by strange medical equipment, B'Elanna, wary of unfamiliar faces, instinctively reaches for a weapon. But before any confrontation can occur, the ground starts to shake violently. A message from Captain Janeway cuts through the joy of reunion. The Caretaker's array has apparently repositioned itself and is now firing at the tunnel entrance. We need to get out of here. So let us go ahead and lead our away team through the tunnel, or let's clear a path through any debris or obstacle. Let's go with this one, because we've got might as well use our phasers. The away team clears a path through the collapsing tunnel using their phasers to blast away debris and create a safe passage. They dodge falling rocks and collapsing ceilings, ensuring everyone escapes safely. Soon they reach the exit, the security barrier, the only thing standing between them and their escape. The tremors are interfering with the signal amplifier's focus, Captain. The connection is constantly being interrupted. We can't beam out like this. Let's see. Stabilize the transporter signal amplifier by adjusting its frequency and modulation, or analyze the tremor's interference pattern to recalibrate the transporter signal amplifier accordingly. Let's go with this one, since it is the highest that we can get with it, and hopefully we get a successful roll. Nothing bad. Okay, success. The team analyzes the tremor's interference pattern and quickly recalibrates the transporter signal amplifier to compensate. The transporter signal stabilizes, there you go, allowing the away team to lock onto the beam and materialize safely back on Voyager. Now we've just recruited B'Elanna, and we got Ensign Kim back. Back on Voyager, Harry Kim breathes a sigh of relief while B'Elanna Torres eyes her Starfleet rescuers with suspicion. The Maquis engineer struggles to understand this sudden alliance. Miss Torres, welcome aboard Voyager. I am Catherine Janeway and Ensign Kim. It's good to have you back in one piece. Reporting for duty, Captain. I didn't think I'd ever see Voyager again. It's good to be back. B'Elanna, what the hell's going on here, Chakotay? Since when were we cozying up to Starfleet? It's a long story, B'Elanna. Let's just say we had to compromise to get you back. And we share a common goal, getting back home. Anything you learn on the planet could help us. Let's see what they learned about the Caretaker, perhaps. Did you learn anything about the Caretaker? He's been acting weird lately. Apparently, abducting people is a new hobby of his. Oh, and he increased the Ocampa's power supply enough to last them for 5 years, if I recall correctly. And he destroyed the tunnel. It sounds like he's preparing for something, but what? What did he learn about the Ocampa? Can you tell us about the Ocampa? Annoyingly friendly and incredibly naive, they wouldn't last 5 minutes on the surface. Apparently they've been living underground for over 500 generations. That's true. Our ancestors lived on the surface once. Ancient journals tell us the Caretaker opened a deep chasm and led us underground. Any idea why? The Ocampa mentioned something called the warming. The day our surface turned into a desert. On that day, the Caretaker appeared and built our city. Since then, he provided for us the Ocampa. A debt that can never be repaid. Say again, Lieutenant Tuvok? There is enough evidence for me to form a reasonable hypothesis, Captain. The Ocampa homeworld turned into a desert from one day to the next. The Caretaker's immediate arrival seems to be no coincidence. I assume he's responsible for the ecological damage, building the underground city and caring for them. He seems to be trying to make amends. In addition, it was mentioned that the Caretaker provided the Ocampa with a mere 5 years worth of energy, coupled with the destruction of the access tunnel. And his frequent re-reference to running out of time. The logical conclusion is that he does not intend to continue his role as Caretaker. I believe he is dying. If he dies, how the hell are we supposed to get home? Ask if they know where they were sent to Ocampa. The Caretaker mentioned that you might have what he needs. Can you make sense of that? We woke up covered in strange ulcerations. Ulcerations. The Ocampa said we were sent away to prevent some kind of plague. Except we aren't sick. Before we met the guy, what a crook. They also said the Caretaker had sent others with the same disease, but they did not recover. They died? I want both of you in sickbay now. Captain, their condition is unusual. It appears to be a cellular disruption caused by the introduction of foreign genetic material. Their bodies are rejecting it, rather violently, I might add. They are fortunate. A few more days and the cellular disruption would have been fatal. Foreign genetic material? For what purpose? An excellent question, Commander. It appears to have been introduced deliberately, though why anyone would want to inject them with incompatible DNA is beyond my comprehension. Prognosis, Doctor? I've already started the treatment. With my expertise, they should make a full recovery. The doctor's discovery further confirms my hypothesis, Captain. There you go. Aware of his imminent death, the Caretaker is enacting measures to safeguard the Ocampa for as long as possible. However, they will run out of energy eventually, so he seeks a successor, one who would continue his work. This explains the abduction and subsequent testing of individuals from various sectors. If he dies before finding a suitable successor, he will be strained. We have to return to the array before it is too late. So, Captain, given the Caretaker's reluctance to cooperate, a more assertive approach may be necessary. The Vulcan's right. If that overgrown energy blob won't send us home, we'll blast our way out. Phasers, torpedoes, the whole shebang. I believe a bit of tactical planning is in order. Shields first, then phasers, which I've already gone and got phasers and the shields, and I just need to repair the torpedo bay, which is only going to take 3 cycles. So, with that being said, let me see about crew quarters, because I know I was going to try and upgrade the crew quarters. Oh, that's right, we need to have that in order to upgrade crew quarters. Okay, let's go ahead and wait for this to cycle through. And we did get our researched item battery compartment. Let's go ahead and enter the ship. Let's see what the next best thing for the ship is. Crafting times, cleaning rooms reduced by 25%. Gives plus 25% more resources. Ooh, that actually not that bad. Okay. We do have a battery, which I think the batteries are like only one size. But they require titanium. That's unfortunate. Alrighty, torpedo launch bay is fully repaired. Total cost after activation is 85 power and 35 crew members, which we do have just 15 crew members left. There is one crew idling, one of our work teams. Oh, so we do have 2 work teams. I would like a third. That would be very nice. Let's go on ahead and see if we can't clear some more compartments. Perhaps How about we bring our phaser ray online? Our offensive and defensive capabilities have been restored, Captain. However, I suggest a test run to verify system functions and assess our temporary flight control officer's performance in combat. Excuse me, this ace pilot knows more maneuvers than Starfleet can throw Greek letters and numbers together. That's funny. Except the one for evading Starfleet custody. Gentlemen, enough. Tuvok is right. We need to test our combat systems, but we lack a sparring partner. You have one, our ship. Seriously, Chakotay, all of Maquis the Valjean as Starfleet target practice? What could possibly go wrong? B'Elanna, focus. We need preparation. I will pilot the Valjean. Captain, just remember to set your phasers to simulation. I'll keep that in mind, Commander. Now we enter the combat aspect, which in the beta version of this, we didn't actually fight Chakotay. We actually fought the Kazon. So we're gonna do this. Voyager. We hand select a hero. Let's go with Mr. Paris for dodging. Mr. Tuvok for firing phasers. Fires two English. Fires two simultaneously phaser salvos, dealing increased damage. We can do a third hero, which will be Ensign Kim. He can hack enemy shields. We can use a cloak. I don't ever remember Voyager using a cloak in the series. I could be wrong, but I don't remember it. Voyager will fight semi-autonomously. Phasers are fired automatically, torpedoes manually. You control the ship by opening the command menu and deciding how to approach the enemy.
What are your orders, Captain?
So, orders. You can order your ship to try and attack or defend a side. Fleeing requires enemy engines to be damaged while surrendering. Costs resources as a form of payment. You can also repair damaged subsystems. Proceed to an offensive movement. So, offensive action. We want to target their shield array.
To attack the port side, Captain.
Combat is paused. Let's unpause. I think that's enter. Oh yeah, it's shift. Okay. Evasive maneuvers, dodge enemy attacks for a limited time. Granted a brief window of. Oh, so that's I think what Paris does. Anyways, hero abilities can be activated by selecting them in the mouse or by pressing the number keys on controller. Use right bumper, left bumper to switch. A blue countdown indicates the ability is activated. So basically, they are on a cooldown. So right now, I could do Ensign Kim, hack their stuff.
Enemy shields destroyed, Captain.
Orders. Let's offensive actions. Frontal shields are down. Just knocked out his weapons. Okay. Can I tab? Can I select anything other than? Yeah, let's go for shields again then.
Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain.
All right, there you go. So the combat isn't too bad. It's kind of clunky, but it's decent. It kind of reminds me of the Star Trek game, the Star Trek Fleet Commander. I think it's kind of like that. That's how it kind of reminds me of. But other than that, it's fairly decent. And then boom, that's how it's done. Not bad for a temporary gun hunt, Tuvok. Your methods were unconventionally. However, the objective was achieved, an acceptable performance. One more thing, Captain. Whatever awaits us at the array, the Valjean should be in support position for Voyager. Alright, have the transporter room standing by in case your crew needs an emergency beam out. Let's show this quadrant what we're made of. So, with 885 deuterium left, and only 6 duranium, let us make haste to the combat array. Let's go to sector map, select system 2955 point whatever. Alrighty, we're back in the system. Set a course for the array. There's some deuterium that we can get over there. 2 actually. Captain, we've reached our destination. Orders. Continue ahead. Ensign Kim. 2 Kazon ships. Got a Kazon Dreadnought, I think is what that was. I can't remember what the Kazon classifications for their ships were. It seems we were expected, Captain. It's the Kazon. They're hailing us. They're probably not calling to chat. I'll have our Maquis Raider manned. You'll have support if this turns into a fight, Captain. Excellent idea, but let's see what the Kazon have to say first. Ah, the cowards have returned. Come to beg for scraps, have you? All we care about is getting home, Jabin. We'll beam over to the array and see if we can arrange that. No, I won't allow it. We have no dispute with you. Of course not. Cowards rarely do. Yeah, because we ran away, so now we're considered cowards to him. This is absurd. I have no intention of challenging you. Then step aside and let the strong claim the prize. The array is mine. Jabin, can we discuss this like two civilized? He's disconnected, Captain, and they're powering up their weapons. Combat. Battle stations, everyone. But yeah, in the beta, I did go with the role of firing at the Kazon as we ran away, and they were kind of scared of us a little bit. So your decisions that you make do determine what the outcome is. Okay, so it's a Kazon carrier and a support vessel. That's what it is. Okay, I am going to keep the 3 that I've got: Mr. Kim, Mr. Tuvok, and Mr. Paris.
What are your orders, Captain?
Orders: attack their shield array.
Moving to attack the port side, Captain.
Now they do have quite a bit of shields. Open a command menu at any point of combat to give new orders while the command menu is open. The combat is paused. Okay, so it does pause whenever you open the menu. One of your shields is dangerously low. Switch to defensive action to protect that side from further damage. So we go defensive, and we want to protect our bow.
Defend the front, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Let's use Ensign Kim. Fire torpedo. We'll have Mr. Tuvok here in a second. We need to defend our port.
Ability ready, Captain.
Torpedoes have to be fired manually. Yeah, I know that. However, their effect is minimal against shields. Yeah,
Enemy shields
I am firing. I am firing. Oh, tab is what we use to swap targets. Okay. Offensive actions. Target their warp core.
Attack the starboard side.
Can I get that torpedo through the shields?
An enemy is surrendered, Captain.
Somebody surrendered. Oh, enemy ship surrendered. Okay. Go back. Fire torpedo.
Enemy shields destroyed. An enemy is surrendered, Captain.
Another enemy is surrendered. Okay.
Ability ready, Captain.
Let's go here. Target their weapons.
Moving to attack the front, Captain.
And then Mr. Tuvok blast their shields open.
Ability ready. Enemy shields
Fire torpedo.
destroyed, Captain.
And victory. So you can, I know it probably later on this is going to probably get a little bit harder, especially when you fight the Borg, as well as probably the Krenim and the Voth. Or, who are the Voth fighting? The Voth were fighting, what are they? The ones that wanted them to purge their sensor logs, and they were going to destroy them when they fell into the subspace corridor that the Voth had. Okay, let's proceed. All right, 55% hull strength, so we do need a little bit of repair. You can hire allied ships on the bridge to help in combat. Only one ally may help at the same time. Unlock allies by fulfilling hidden objectives and reaching certain tech. Once unlocked, they will be available for the rest of the game. Recruitment and upkeep cost resources. So that is one thing that I guess we had to worry about. That went better than expected. Our raider is still in good shape. I'll keep it close just in case more Kazon decide to show up. You're strong, Captain, but there is strength in numbers. I'll call for reinforcement. This array will be mine. Then I guess we don't have much time. Hail the array. Well, aren't you persistent? We need you to send us back where we came from. Impossible. I've barely enough strength to complete my work. I must protect Docampa. If I don't, the Kazon will steal their water. They won't be able to survive. Let's confront him. Something you did turned their planet into a desert, didn't it? That was the debt that could never be repaid. We were explorers from another galaxy. We had no idea our technology would devastate their atmosphere. 2 of us were chosen to stay behind and care for them. 2, there's another. She went off to look for more interesting places. Alright, you must let go of the Ocampa. Did you ever considering allowing the Ocampa to care for themselves? They're children. Children grow up. They need challenges. Maybe the Ocampa are stronger than you think. Send us home. You dragged us into this. You need to send us. Captain Jabin wasn't bluffing. His reinforcements have arrived. I could try to access the array systems to transport us to the Alpha Quadrant, Captain. No, I'm fading. Time is up. If you leave, the array will be left to the Kazon. They will annihilate the Ocampa. You must destroy it. Don't listen to him. We'll be stranded. Please protect the Ocampa. What is right and what is easy? The Caretaker fades away, collapsing into the inert crystalline form. Janeway is now faced with an impossible choice. Return home to the Alpha Quadrant, leaving the Ocampa defenseless, or sacrifice Voyager's return to ensure their safety. The clock is ticking. Okay, now I'm kind of curious. What happens if I send Tuvok over there? Captain, the Kazon are closing in. Shall I try to access the primary control systems to send us back? So we are going to save. Oh, no, I can't save during an event. No. Okay. Do I want to stick with Voyager? Or do I want to go and do this? Let's stick with Voyager. First mission. Let's stick with Voyager. We never asked to be involved, but we are. I won't trade the lives of the Ocampa for our convenience. Lieutenant Tuvok, ready the tricobalt device. What are you doing? That array is our only way out of here. You can't. I can and I will. Tricobalt device ready, Captain. Fire at will. What's it will do? And there goes the array. We'll find another way home, I promise. Who do you think you are, making decisions for us all? It is the right decision, Polana. The Ocampa, they remind me of our people. We were fighting a more powerful enemy to protect our own. The Ocampa deserve that too. 70,000 light years. We're really stranded, aren't we? Great. Now I'll definitely miss my next parole review. A missed parole review should not be your primary concern at the moment, Mr. Paris. Oh, thanks, Tuvok. Hadn't thought about that. Jabin is hailing us, Captain. You have made an enemy today. Mr. Paris, put some distance between us and this place. Voyager's hull can be damaged in combat, so yep. Let's see. Hull does not... Okay, asteroid fields, plasmas, storms, navigational deflector offline. So those are all the things that can damage us. And if the hull strength reaches 0, we will get knocked out. So I do need to see about repairs, which I don't remember where exactly I need to go. Oh, it's right here. So we do need some duranium, and so we can't repair the ship at the moment. I'm going to go and top off our deuterium reserves. All right, we have the torch unlocked. Drop the vessel or destroy the vessel. Okay. Get some resources. 700. Set course here. I'm also going to, while we're here, since we have the science laboratory open, let's go ahead and do some science work, I guess. Field training, maybe. Increases XP gain. Hydroponics. Yeah, let's do the hydroponics, actually. That way we can ensure that our crew morale is fairly high. Let's go back to here. Do I want to do that? Let's risk it. Let's see if we can't get some with the Bassard collectors. Minus 20 hull. Okay, that's bad. We're down to 240 or 220 out of what, 400. So yeah, let's go to the next system. Which we have plenty of deuterium for the moment, but it's sucking down fast. Okay. Scan everything. Science. More science. That's what we need. Set course for there. Scan while we're here. Use the tractor beam. See if we can't get a full amount. 35. Not that bad. There's another one right there. Let's scoop this science up while we're at it. Hydroponics bay is ready. Okay, the risk is too high to send the away team. A sample was brought aboard. Let's do that. Plus 30 science. I'm fine with that. Conduct detailed analysis. Ooh, how much can I hold again? I think it's an unlimited amount. Let's go with the more risky one. Plus 20. Crew reward distribution is total sort. Okay. Let's get nothing new to reveal. Alright, let's go here. Get more deuterium. Understood. Send an engineering team away. Alright, 700. Morale is back up. Alrighty. 70,000 light years from home. It seems we're in this together, Commander. Your decision didn't win you any friends, Kazon, Maquis, and Starfleet, but I respect you for it. The anger is justified, but we have more pressing concerns. 2 crew on 1 ship stranded in the Delta Quadrant fighting for survival. I know a thing or two about survival. The Maquis are a motley crew. We had to learn to put our differences aside to work together to coexist. Coexist? Well, Commander, I'd like to offer you the position of Voyager's first officer. First officer? You're willing to trust a Maquis with that responsibility. I'm learning to adapt. This is a new beginning, a chance to forge a new patch together. Or a new path together. Plus 27 crew joined Voyager. Neelix, Kess, you wanted to see me. Do you need anything else before you leave? Supplies, water, medicine? Well, that's what we wanted to discuss. We'd like to go with you. Before you say anything, Captain, we both very much want to be a part of your journey. I can offer you so much in this sector, Captain. Need a guide, supplies, contacts, and a cook. Oh, you haven't lived until you've tried my Angla Bosk. But more than that, Captain, I can be your morale officer. Keep those smiles bright on this long voyage home. I have a feeling you'll need that. A guide, a cook, and a morale officer. That's quite an officer, Mr. Neelix, and Kess, what about you? What do you hope to gain from this journey? I want to see the galaxy. There's so much out there I don't know, so much to explore and discover. Perhaps this journey could help me understand my own telepathic abilities better, learn more, develop them. Oh, Kess, you do develop them and almost destroy the ship, I think, at doing it. But I also want to help. After the doctor cured my wounds, I realized I want to help people too. Maybe I could learn from him, assist in sickbay. I think the doctor would be glad to have you. Very well then, welcome aboard. Captain, you might want to see this. Looks like we've stirred up a little trouble in a good way, I think. Unexpected guess. A sudden distress call reveals Voyager's victory over Jabin sparked a mass escape from the Kazon slave camps. Janeway wasted no time ordering the desperate survivors to be beamed aboard. Neelix is surprised to find another Talaxian, Zabine, who is captured while exploring the Okampa landscape, gratefully joining the growing crowd of survivors seeking the doctor's care. Plus 21 crew joined Voyager. Alrighty, everybody, listen up. Let us deliver our speech. Unite, explore, stand strong, defend, overcome differences. Unite, explore the unknown, and learn. We're alone in an uncharted part of the galaxy, ripe for scientific discovery. We face the unknown with open minds, eager to explore and learn. To survive, we must work together as a crew. Let's see. Chart new territories, seek solutions, explore but duty calls us home, explore but fight our way home. Ooh, fight our way home sounds kind of Terran of you, Captain Janeway. Let's go with chart new territories and seek solutions. As the only Starfleet vessel in the Delta Quadrant, we'll continue to chart new territories and unravel the secrets of this region. But our objective is to return home. 75 years is unacceptable. We will innovate. Let's see. Analyze, innovate, never give up, find a way together, adapt, overcome. Adapt, overcome. We'll seek out shortcuts and new technologies. We'll forge alliances and confront those who stand in our path. We will adapt. We will prevail. We will not rest until we reach home. Well spoken, Captain. Mr. Paris, you've proven yourself a skilled pilot and a valuable member of this crew. I hereby appoint you as Flight Control Officer. For the first time in my life, I don't know what to say. Perhaps a state that you would like to embrace more frequently from now on, Lieutenant Paris. Lieutenant Paris has a nice ring to it, don't you think? Hey, Harry, I bet your own promotion is just around the corner. Oh boy, imagine me becoming a captain one day. Technically in Star Trek Online, you are a captain. Very well, gentlemen. As your first official act in your new position, Lieutenant Paris set a new course. We're flying home. Caretaker mission completed. Let's stay here for a sec and gather everything up. But with that, an hour and 40 minutes on the clock. I hope you enjoyed the first mission of Star Trek Voyager's Strange Worlds? What is this again? Star Trek Voyagers Across the Unknown. There you go. I literally just forgot the title. Just that. Oh, I've only got 30 quantum torpedoes. Ooh, we gotta make sure we get some more quantum torpedoes. We're gonna probably do a bit of research while we're here since we're in the system. But like I said, I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned to next Friday. This will be Friday's videos. We're back with doing story videos. Story games. There you go. But like I said, until then, as always, have a good one. Live long and prosper. And as always, until then, bye-bye.